Welcome to Kyle Army in the Prototype 2. I've chosen to go for the Orica. It's a very comfortable car to be in. But for the last few races I've had here, Turn 1 has been extremely messy. And I mean, I've done about 5 or 6 races and I've been destroyed in every single one of them in Turn 1. Everybody just slams it in, no regard, and yeah. This part isn't the bad part. Is when I rejoined the track and we're going alright, and then suddenly Nelson 2000D just pit maneuvers me off the track. I regain control, and then for some unknown reason the car decides this wall looks pretty. So that is a great start to the race, and pretty much every race started this way. Really frustrating, but nothing like a good old comeback story. Talking about comeback stories, when we get on to the next race at Maple Valley, now that is a one hell of a comeback story, so make sure you stay tuned towards the latter part of the video where we go to Maple Valley after this. Coming around this corner now, I'm going to try and catch up to the cars up in front and see what we can do. We do have 12 laps. This is a medium length race, so I've chosen to go for the hard tyres. I have a feeling they will last the full entire length of the race, so hopefully no pitting. The people that have chosen medium or soft tyres will obviously have to pit, and hopefully that we will capitalise upon them pitting, thus saving us about 30 to 40 seconds overall. Now, coming down here, absolutely sending it, braking at the 100-metre board. Cars just coming out of ghosts, and this car brakes oddly mid-corner. So that is really not going well for me. By the end of lap 2, we do catch up to Nelson 2000D, the one that took me out in turn 1 or turn 2, whichever you want to call it. Yeah, it'll be turn 2, won't it? And they are all over the track. Contact is made again. Absolutely love it. Thank you ever so much. I do go off track, and thankfully I don't get a penalty for it for a change. Coming around this corner now, trying to stay away from them and also trying to get my power down so I can overtake. Sending it down here and pretty much trying my best to get away. Presumably got a 4-second penalty for taking me out. Hopefully that's for me. It'd be kind of understandable then, because yeah, there was no need. Oh, was that late braking or was it going for it again? Who knows? Who knows? Coming around here now in second gear, accelerating out of the other side, and we have 6.8 seconds to catch up to position 13. Coming up to the end of lap 6, we do start catching up to the car in front, but I hit this curb and hit the sand straight after the curb and totally tipped myself out of the race again. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So this is watch that curb and watch the sand on the outer part of the track, because it did absolutely wreck me. Dear me. There goes another 6 seconds from the car in front. We're only halfway through the race right now, and finding 6 seconds, do you reckon it can be done? You'll have to let me know down in the comments below. It'd also be interesting to know, what would you have done differently at turn 2 to try and avoid some of the carnage I managed to have? Because really there was just everybody bundled in to turn 1 and there was really nowhere to go. And like I said, that became a theme of these Type 2 races, where everybody just literally just smashed into turn 1. And it's not just turn 1, it was during the race as well, where cars are behind you and instead of overtaking fairly, they would nudge you in the braking zone. They'll just rear end you in the braking zone, send you flying off the track, and then they'll take that position. And you wasn't going any slower than they was, because you catch them up further down the race, and you're going, so what was the point in that? You know, they only just caught up because you was trying to safely pass the car in front that was fairly holding you up to an extent, which is fair because you got to overtake safely. But I digress, and it didn't get to me. A little bit got to me, but the race at Maple Valley coming soon is an absolute blast of a race, and you're going to absolutely love it. So again, make sure you stay tuned for that. Lap 10, well, coming up to start of lap 10, we catch up to YT up in front. They also have a lovely 4-second penalty, so overtaking is not massive priority, but it would be nice to overtake. Whilst they are also, there's a car at my inside here. Okie dokie. I think they've not long come out of the pit, so I'm going to let them take their position and hopefully battle up with the car up in front. Saves me trying to do it whilst on quite worn hard tyres. Their tyres are going to be in far better condition. Sometimes it's not worth defending or worth the fight, because you know down below that car is going to be much quicker than you, and if you defend too much, you're going to create an element of frustration. And no, you shouldn't, but you know in the deep mind it's going to create an element of frustration, and they're going to make a silly move and one of you is going to absolutely suffer for it. So sometimes it's better to choose your battles than it is to just hold on to something you know you're not going to be able to keep. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong again. You're going to have to let me know down in the comments below. But they did overtake YouTube up in front, and thankfully I'm only 0.1 second away from them right now. They have pitted as well, so again they're going to be an advantage on tyres compared to myself. Although the tyres are not on minor wear yet, if they have on medium tyres, they are certainly going to be much faster than myself. Doesn't mean I can't overtake though. So I'm going to keep trying, sending it down here, 1.1 second away. We are 33 seconds-ish away from position 1, and they haven't pitted as well, so I can't really grumble considering in the multitude of issues I managed to create, A, myself, and B, at the beginning of the race. So I can't, like I say, grumble too much. Coming down here, braking at the 100-meter board, down to second gear, turning in. Start applying the power gently on the way out the other side. I do try to avoid the curb there where I usually go over it. This car's a little bit too low for that, and it does chuck you up in the air. Flat out through here now, 1 second away from the car up in front. We do have this lap and one more lap after this to go, so I'll let the car coast around in 4th gear. As soon as I hit that curb on the inside, start applying the power gently, braking at the 50-meter board, down to second gear, turning in and accelerating out the other side. Tyres are still looking good, which is great news, and if you haven't seen it before, I do have enough fuel left to complete this race, because I'm not making that mistake again. Not too sure where Dave disappeared to. They may have had a disconnection or quit the race. Quite surprising really, considering how close to the end of the race they are. Deadly Pants up in front is 4.5 seconds away, so they were certainly a lot quicker than myself. So letting them pass was quite fair. We are in position 7, considering how we ended up, what, position 19? Maybe higher than that after the first incident. I don't see that as bad overall, and we've done pretty well. Again, let me know your feedback down in the comments below. And if you think I have done well, hit that like button down below. That really does help out for the next race coming up. Sending it down here, 6/10 off our best. What is our best up to now? 141.917. It's not bad. Not bad. Definitely an improvement can be made. But let me know your lap times down below as well. That'd be quite interesting. What have you managed to do in this car, hard tyres, around this track with other cars around as well? It'd be really interesting to know where I stand in the rankings of things. 33 seconds away from position 1, who hasn't pitted, with a 1.5 second penalty. 7.5 seconds away from the car in front, and 10 seconds away from the cars behind. So we have quite a large stale area, although 10 seconds can be quickly eaten up if you do manage to fall off the track. So I am being cautious because all 4 of my tyres are on minor wear, and although I do have downforce set to maximum front and rear, it can easily at lower speeds bite your head off, basically. It's the best way of putting it. So coming down here, flat out through this section now. Yeah, but P1 has crossed the line. Looking out for the 100-meter board, there it is, braking down to second gear, turning in, again staying away from the curbs. accelerating out the other side, holding it as far left as you brave to do so. As soon as the curb comes in, start bringing it over to the right hand side, braking out the 50-meter board, down the second gear, turning in, and we are going to cross the line in position 7. Absolutely smashing overall, really. But let's get on to that Maple Valley I've been telling you so much about. But before we get there, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which is Jeffrey Anderson, Andy Good, DMC Motorsport Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, John Burns, AK47. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. Wow, a lot of people have quit the race. Let's get on to Maple Valley. As you can see, Maple Valley is absolutely pouring it down. Track is soaking wet, so we're all going to be on wet tyres. I start off the race in position 17, pretty much down the bottom end of the pack. This car decides not to bother starting. No idea how I got taken out there, but that turns out to be the car that's not starting the race. So I'm in position 20, and everybody else is almost 10 seconds away from me right now. Great start to the race, and I don't know how I managed to do it. Oh dear me, it's just one of those incidents. And I think 1010 also need to look at the situation where if someone hasn't started the race or hasn't created an input during the countdown of the race starting, they should be ghosted as the race starts. Just my thoughts. If you agree with what I say, hit that like button and let me know down in the comment section below. What do you think we're going to do here? Because we are at the moment, well, we have gained 1 position, but don't really count because that car is ghosted. We are 5.2 seconds away from position 18 and almost 16 seconds away from position 2. It'd be great to know what you guys think the position I finish this race in. Because, like I say, it is raining, the track is soaking. I am right down the bottom end of the stack. As you can see, everybody else is quite, besides that one, quite far away. It'd be great to know. Give me your predictions down in the comment section below, and we'll see at the end of the race if you are correct. And if you haven't done so already, it'd be awesome if you could hit that subscribe button. That makes a huge difference to how we finish this race as well. Coming down here now, absolutely flat out. There's a flaming tire in the road. It destroys your speed still for some unknown reason. And there's a ghosted car coming out of Ghost who has a 2.25 second penalty. Interesting. They are someone to be wary of. But we are setting a better lap time already. Wow. Okay. Well, what can I say about that? Or that. We gained a few positions there, can't grumble like that. Oh dear me. That corner though is an absolute bugger of a corner. Because if you do take it too fast, you are sat straight into the, I'll call it the Sarlacc pit really. If you've not watched Star Wars, it's that, if I'm correct here, correct me if I'm wrong, that big thing in Return of the Jedi with a big mouth hole in the sand. And that's exactly what that corner feels like. So I'm going to call it the Sarlacc pit corner. Because as soon as you hit that sand or gravel, you just sink and that's it. You're stuck there. Absolutely swallows you whole. Coming round here now, we are going through another ghosted car. Yes, we are. Thank you very much. And we're in position 13. Not too sure what happened earlier with the other car. I think he came out of Ghost and the other car tried and go through them whilst they were ghosted. I've done this before. I've not learnt my lesson either. But yeah, that certainly caught that person off. Watch out here. He's going off track. You got to get worried there because you don't want to go into the wall. Catapult off the wall into the side of you and destroy you. So you really got to watch that radar. But I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but the radar system is broken. And it says you're clear from a car when you're not clear from a car. It's about a few millimeters off. So yeah, great work. Gone through another ghosted car, so we are now in position 11. We do have those cars behind breathing on us. Not to worry just yet. We are only a third of the way through the race. It is again a medium length race at 20 laps. We are going to have to pit, but thankfully we're going to have to pit with everybody else. So nobody's at an advantage in this kind of race because we're all on the same tyre compound. No choice in the matter. Unless you fancy going ice skating, you should suggest you going wet. Now we have a friend up in front that is in the same car as me, a nice old teammate. That's a move to remember. Well, you know, I'm gonna stick my nose up the inside and see if we're gonna chop it off here. Getting close to chop it off. I just want a great situation for them that they go off track because they're pushing a little bit too hard. I am not in a rush right now to massively overtake them. I am, you know, as you all know, I enjoy playing the waiting game. I rather to see what develops. A bit like that car that was facing the wrong way. I guess they went off the track and into that wall and just did nothing but spin the rest of the way. Come around this corner now in 4th gear, just applying the power gently. Then you come over to the right hand side here, let off the throttle, maybe a dab of the brakes, come over to the curb on your left hand side and a full throttle out as soon as you go through that corner and flat out all the way through this section now. Gonna come on a sharp left here, so you gotta bear that in mind. Make sure you don't hit that wall. As soon as the painted wall ends, that's your braking point. Down to 3rd gear and turning in. I'm gonna try and make a move on this Orca up in front because they are going a bit slow holding me up, and I've also got cars that are catching me up in the rear, and that's the last thing I need. I'm trying to really find a way to get past this car up in front, and it's just not happening. The defending, call it defending, or would you call it blocking? I'm not too sure. I think defending, you're more on the defending side here. But coming through this section now, keep as close to the right as you can. Bring it back over to the left, and you want to go through this section as straight as you can. Not like I did where I cut the grass a little bit. Come over here on the right hand side, could go through there much faster. Again, being held up from the car in front, but it's not an ideal place to make a move. And down here we go. That's an ideal place to make a move though. Sorted. Break it down to 4th gear now. Try and stay close to this curb on the right hand side. As soon as the pit line starts opening up, start applying the throttle, keeping the same steering angle roughly, and you can go around this corner in one take. Flat out now through this next section, and again catch up to the car up in front. They are 1.2 seconds away. Position 1 is 21.6 seconds away. That is quite the lead at the moment. Tyres are looking good as well, so we are in a good position. 1 second away from the car up in front. The car behind has a 1 second penalty. They are also 1 second away, so we are dead in the middle of what is going on right now. Come around this corner in 2nd gear, start applying that power, and then up the hill we go. Pretty much flat out through this next section here. With that curb on the left, I try and stay away from that grass on the left side because it can pull you, which will upset the balance of the car. Come around here now, letting off the throttle, let the car cruise around in 4th gear. Thank you very much. Another car off the track. We are now up to position 6. And the car behind is also 1.7 seconds away. So just to bear in mind, I do have full front and rear downforce on this car, and it does seem to benefit massively in the corners, although I am speed limited. Oh, that car that went off track is quit the race. Anyway, although I'm speed limited, I'm flat out now, and I'm only topping out 172. It's not a massive detriment to how much this car grips in most of the corners now. Now, that's a ghostly car, position 16 right now. Can't grumble at that. Position 6, we are 4.8 seconds away from position 5. Coming up to the halfway point in the race, we are lap 6, so one more lap and we'll be halfway. Flat out down the section as soon as the painted wall ends, braking down the 3rd gear, turning in, let the car coast into this corner, start accelerating. As soon as you get to the 2nd red board on the right hand side, that's your next braking point. Down the 3rd, then down to 2nd, coasting around. As soon as you pass the last side on your left hand side, start accelerating out of the corner and up the hill we go. Again, you keep on the right hand side, bring it over to the left, touch that curb a little bit if you want, and then letting off the throttle as we go around this corner now. And try and keep a bit of speed up, just dab the throttle every now and again, keep the speed up, and keep the power on as you come around this corner, keep to the right side, bring it back over to the left, and you pretty much go hour straight through this section here. And then it's quite hard to see, but you turn right down here and flat out down this hill. And you can, because I've got full front and rear downforce, you can pretty much take this flat out. There's a car just gone into the pits now. Everybody else has gone into the pits now. I would have waited one more lap. That's good. That is a good sign though. That is a very good sign that I would say their tyres are far more worn than mine are right now. And in reality, if they're pitting now, which is not even the halfway point in the race, lap 12, 13 or 14 are going to be quite compromised. So I'm going to keep going for this lap right now and try and eke out as much of life out of these tyres as I can without costing myself too much lap time. As you see, the front of the tyres are now on minor wear. The rears are not going to be, but one of the rears are already on. The other one's going to be not far behind. So we are going to have to pit at the end of this lap. There we go, all 4 tyres are on minor wear. We're going to have to pit at the end of this lap, but we are going to have a far, far better chance towards the end of the race than everybody else. That's the idea of it. So mathematically, it seems to be working in my favour, but we'll see what happens when we come out the pits on the other side. Coming out the pits, we are in position 7. Car behind, 22 seconds away, is in the pits as well, so I wasn't the only one out. Position 1 is 16 seconds away. Car up in front is 3.6 seconds away. So wow, that last lap I really gained another 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds on position 6 up in front. Yeah, position 8 is almost 20 seconds away and with a 4.25 second penalty. Can't grumble at that. So if anything was to go wrong, we have plenty of time to put it right. Coming around this corner now, 3 seconds away from the car in front. Getting kind of used to the way this car is now. We're starting to settle into this race quite nicely. And we're 18 seconds down our best lap time. That's thank you to pitting. Bit of smoke up in front. There's 2 cars ahead. Hopefully they keep battling a little bit more. Thus, one of them takes the other one out. Well, they both take themselves out. And that'd be kind of convenient as well. Coming down here now, again, flat out. One is gone into the pits. Yeah, their tyres must have been wrecked. Anyway, 2 seconds away from the car up in front. Going through another ghosted car now. And around the corner we go. Into third gear, accelerating out the other side. Trying to hold that white line as much as possible. Just getting closer to the curb on the right side. Letting off the throttle here. Over the curb we go. Flat out again. And we're still 1.9 seconds away, 1.8 seconds away. So it goes to show that the downforce is really helping this car. Yes, I might not be the fastest in the straight line, but we just gained 0.5 seconds from the car up in front. Thank you to having much faster corner entry and exit speeds. Coming around here now, we brake at the second sign there, down to second gear, turning in and accelerating out the other side. They have gained 2 temps on us, 3 temps on us. I think I'm being a little bit overly cautious on braking points and things like that. So I'm going to have... Why is there another sign in the road? I'm going to have to start getting a bit more brave is the best way of putting it. As you can see, I came to the top of the hill. That was brave. Nearly went off the track there. I know it doesn't look like I nearly went off the track, but if you understand Maple Valley, that corner can get very short very quickly. Going around here now, flat out down the hill, rubbing the grass a little bit too much. Last thing you want to do is get sunken into it. Over on the right hand side, could have got a bit closer to the wall on the right, but we have set a better lap time of a 125.181. Braking down to this corner here, probably braked a little bit early than I should have, and then accelerating out the other side, 1.4 seconds away from the car up in front. Again, I'm not massively pushing too hard. I am pushing, but I'm not overdriving myself to an extent because I understand the final couple laps, everybody else is going to be at a massive disadvantage. So hopefully, again, like I say, that we can capitalize upon that because position 1 is only 14 seconds away. And position 5 up in front is 1 second away right now. So coming around this corner, they are having quicker corner exit speed than I am. I could have got much tighter into that corner. And up the hill we go. We did lose 2 tenths overall. But letting the car coast around this corner now. Knocking down the third gear to save on the braking. Just to get the car to pull back a little bit. And accelerating out the other side. Keep it to the right here. Bring it back over to the left. And then straight through in this section here. Really pushing this car now, and down the hill we go. getting quite brave because it's quite hard to see where you need to turn for that corner. Through here at 1 second away from the car up in front, 0.9. There's a car in the pits there. We're in position 5 overall. The car up in front did go in a little bit hot and has gone quite wide, so hopefully we can reel them in a bit further. 2 cars up ahead, so I wonder if Phantom Like up in front may have a bit of a battle with the car up front. I'm going to try and make a move here, get through. That is beautiful, and just try and catch up to position 3 up in front. This painted wall ends, braking down the 3rd gear, and thank you for the little braking nudge there. And yeah, you carry on through, not a problem, my friend. Just hit a car out of the way so you can gain that position back, not a problem. I'll be your brake and I will be your support. Now we know what we're racing with there. I am taking a glove off a little bit and we're gonna try again. We have 3 laps to go. Again, I'm gonna be at a much better tyre advantage. Look at my tyres, they are in great condition. So with that knowledge up in front, they're getting blocked by the car up in position 3. That's only good news for us, really, because if Phantom Line is going to be like that, then there's going to be a little bit of chaos going on up in front, and hopefully the car battles back. But I'm going to be braking down to 4th gear here. I'm going up the inside. I missed shift there. I went down to 2nd for some reason. And around this corner we go. Then this is going to be a brave move. Yep, this is very brave. So I'm going to try and push more through. Come on, power. There we go. Go on the right hand side here and overtake both of them. There we are. Look at that for a move right now. And I'm going to have... yep, we're good. We're good. We're in a good position. Lovely. We're in the podium now. How insane is that? I saw how the beginning of this race went, and now we are on the podium. Coming around here, we do have the lovely person behind us. Ah, that's position 2. Not sure what happened there either. But position 2 at the end of the race has decided not to finish this race. So we are 10 seconds away from position 1. 2 laps to go, so we've got to find 5 seconds of that. That's insane. And also make sure that we don't get rear-ended by the plum behind us as well. So coming down here now, flat out, garbage everywhere. And where we go, flat out is 172, 173. Braking as a curb starts on the left hand side, down to 4th gear, and the car goes around this corner. Thankfully, it's actually raining too heavily, so you can hear the tyres gripping the track as well. And it's not soaking the track that you can't see where you're going either. I think it's not a bad battle of rain. As much as rain goes. We are 9.5 seconds away from the car in front. A lap and a half to go. 1.5 seconds away from the plum behind us. And 3.1 seconds away from the person behind them. Coming around this corner now. Accelerating out the other side. Braking at the 2nd sign. Down the 2nd gear, turning in, and then accelerating out the other side. Up the hill we go. Tyres are starting to get worn. I reckon about 35 to 40% worn on those tyres. So if I'm in that condition, they're going to be on minor wear, give or take. Hopefully they're on minor wear. That'll be really handy. But we are only 9 seconds away from the car up in front and almost 2 seconds away from plum behind. I'm just going to call on plum from now on. It's just much easier. Plum, you're watching this, don't rear end people in the braking zone. I'm only kidding. It could have been a genuine mistake. I don't know. But bounced off the limiter for the first time. We're doing 170 miles per hour. Braking down to 4th gear and then knocking it in the 3rd gear to just help the car rotate a little bit better. Cars are parking everywhere. I think they've had enough, or they've had another moment by themselves. Accelerating out the other side. We are 6 seconds away from the car in front. Really clawing that down. 5.5 seconds away. What do you think? Do you reckon it can be done? It's going to be very interesting. Front tyres are on minor wear. Rear tyres are going to be following not far behind. So their tyres are definitely going to be absolutely destroyed. And I don't think they will be running maximum downforce front and rear. So we have that advantage. 4 seconds away from the car in front. We are setting a better lap time again. We have set a 124.617 and we're also exceeding that again. 3.1, 3 seconds away from the car in front. 2.5 from the car front. 7 seconds away from the car behind. 2 seconds away from the car in front. Really reeling them in. Just absolutely sending this car to try and claw back. 1.5 seconds away from the car in front. Oh, down through here we go. 1.3, 1.2 and 1.1, and they do have a 0.6 second penalty. So close. So close. One more lap and I would have had him. One more lap. But let me know what you think about that race down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time.